Fred here from the University of Michigan Medical School with an uber quick overview of AMBOSS, which has a repository of clinical knowledge and also a compendium of practice questions. On the screen, you'll see the landing page of AMBOSS. The left panel gives you the basic navigation of the various features in AMBOSS, and the dashboard gives you an overview of your recent review performance on questions. Perhaps the most useful feature is the question bank. At the time of filming, there are 2,600 Step 1 questions, 2,200 Step 2 practice questions, and hundreds of practice questions for shelf examinations. Based on your study objective, you can customize a QBank, dialing down on specific symptoms, organ systems, or disciplines. Or you can choose from a pre-created question bank. Within these custom sessions or study plan sessions, you can enter study mode, in which you're able to see the correct answer for questions immediately. So a recent session I did for psych. So I got this one wrong. I was able to immediately see why I got it wrong. And a really cool feature that I can hover over each individual term to remind myself a little bit more about that concept. You're also able to receive an attending tip within study mode, which is a little bit like reverse pimping. In that instead of being asked about an obscure disease process, your attending actually provides you information that will help you answer the question. The other really cool feature is the key info functionality, in that the most important information is underlined for you. And so typically in going through a vignette, through a prompt, I will highlight specific text, and then after I choose an answer choice, I will see if my highlighting lines up with what AMBOSS determined was the key bit of info for that vignette. You'll also be able to add any questions that you got incorrect to a specific folder, in case you might want to review those specific questions a little bit later on. And also with this feature of hovering over, I can also click through to the specific learning card in which the information is contained and learn yet more about that specific concept. And learning cards make up the vast knowledge library within AMBOSS, which are replete with citations and are frequently updated. And in some ways, you can think of learning cards as entries in a very streamlined encyclopedia, providing the information needed to excel on examinations and also as a healthcare provider. And to pare down on the information included in each learning card, and I will look up migraine here, you are able to select from a number of views. So first, I will turn on the high yield view, which removes ancillary information and provides you only with the material that is pursuant to your learning objective, which for me right now is USMLE Step 1. If you still want to see all of that ancillary information along with an indication of what exactly the high yield material is, you can choose the highlight feature and then turn off high yield. So all of the high yield information will be highlighted, but of course all of the other ancillary material is remains on the learning card. And in reviewing learning cards about which you've already done practice questions, there's an additional view available called Learning Radar, which outlines the material that you still need to review further. So I'll turn that on, and as I scroll down, I will see red text underlined, which suggests, again, material that I need to dive a little bit deeper into. I've actually found the ease of use and access somewhat better in AMBOSS than First Aid, given that AMBOSS is a website with a search engine and the ability to easily use Control F to look for given terms within the learning card. And among the most versatile features in AMBOSS is the add-on for Anki.
So you'll see that I have a card here about MAO inhibitors that I got right. But I don't really know that much else about selegiline or rasagiline. So if I hover over either of those underlined terms, I can see that useful in treatment of Parkinson's disease, also useful in treatment of Parkinson's disease. And then I can click through to that learning card on the AMBOSS website and get more reading about different treatments for Parkinson's disease. And so often the criticism I hear about Anki, and certainly one that I felt, is that you lose the forest for the trees, and that you're able to memorize this very discrete bit of information, the tree, but you lose the context, the forest, in which that bit of information is actually useful clinically or on an exam. And this add-on, I think, allows for the strengthening of connections between concepts, providing for that forest, that context, and also bolstering retention in the long term. So again, here, just a really brief overview of some of the features, some of the functionalities within AMBOSS. Should you have any questions or concerns or suggestions, indeed, feel free to reach out to me. In the meantime, please enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you soon.